Support for the Lancast is provided by Winey Way Books and Pennsylvania College of Art and Design.
Welcome to the Lancast. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Keith Slesser. On this episode of the Lancast, we Skyped in with Alex Yu from the Ragin Ronin Review to talk about the evolution of his YouTube channel.
We learn a little bit about the Transformers theme video that put Alex on the map.
I made all these other videos which were building it up. So I'm like, okay, 10 days till the Transformers trailer, 9 days till the Transformers trailer. So people already started like getting into the hype, right? But when the day arrived, I went nuts, I went crazy, I went ballistic, and then I posted the video, all these comments, and not only that, but I guess it went semi-viral. I don't want to say viral because a viral is like 1 million views, right? But it went to all the different like nerdy websites, right? They started spreading it, and and the article that really cracked me up is that it says Transformers fan loses his beep.
YouTube isn't all there is to Alex. He also runs his own production company, Ragin Ronin Productions.
I shoot weddings. I do event coverage for anytime an event or organization needs someone to film. I shoot music videos for local artists, local musicians. That's really what I do. It's mainly video production. I only recently started getting into weddings this year just because it's some good money.
Enjoy the conversation. Well, Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You started off doing YouTube, doing movie reviews. What gave you the motivation to start doing that?
First, I started doing these vlogs on YouTube before my very first review, which was Iron Man 2, right? But then I felt that I wasn't really talking about stuff that really mattered to me. It was more about just doing it for the audience's sake. So I just felt like I wanted to talk about stuff that really, really mattered to me, and I'm a movie buff, right? So when I tell my friends about how I feel about movies, well, they know I go hardcore, so they don't really want to hear about it. So I decided, okay, why don't I just put my stuff on the internet, and if anybody wants to watch it and they want to comment on it, then fine, then just let them comment on it, and then if anyone actually cares, then I'll continue making these videos, right? So that's how that really started. It all started from Iron Man 2. So I think that was my milestone because it was actually a really big budget type of movie review. I put tons of effects on it, but I don't really need to do that. As you can see now, my videos, they don't have a whole lot of effects, but I just went way overboard because I felt that maybe this is what the audience wants. But it's not. I think they want just content. That's all they want is content, not big visuals, right? So that's how I feel about it. But yeah, that's how it started.
What was the reception like for your first couple videos?
The first couple videos was it's pretty quiet. And that's going back to what I was talking about, putting all these effects when really nobody knows who you are, right? So what was the whole point of that? I wanted to really just start off with a bang, but I don't think that was the way to go. I think the main thing was just be yourself and not try to be these big budget like type of effects driven type of YouTube videos. Just be yourself, and then just start talking to the camera, and then you'll get comfortable with it, and eventually the audience they see that you're providing some pretty good content, and they actually care about what you have to say. And less about the effects and the humor and just making like jokes to just keep people entertained. Yeah, just make it just be true to yourself, and that's what I did. And I just started talking about the movie without holding back. So, and then the response got better and better and better because I started seeing comments like, "Oh, hey, I like your review. Thanks for your recommendation." So that's when I started realizing, okay, now I'm onto something.
So I was watching a few of your videos. David sent me your link.
Yeah.
What was it like when you first started getting, major comments and responses to your videos? Were you surprised? Were you, happy about? Well, I'm assuming you were happy about it, but maybe you were upset. I don't know. But
the feeling I got on the very first video that got the most attention was definitely a very positive feeling, and it was my reaction to the very first Transformers full theatrical trailer. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The full theatrical trailer, that's the 2-minute, 30-second one, and I did a reaction video, and that was pretty ridiculous because I was actually anticipating it. Like, I built all these, I made all these other videos which were building it up. So I'm like, okay, 10 days till the Transformers trailer, 9 days till the Transformers trailer. So people already started, like, getting into the hype, right? But when the day arrived, I went nuts, I went crazy, I went ballistic. And then I posted the video, all these comments, and not only that, but I guess it went semi-viral. I wouldn't want to say viral because a viral is like 1 million views, right? But it went to all the different like nerdy websites, right? And they started spreading it, and and the article that really cracked me up is that it says Transformers fan loses his beep on it, right? And it just cracked me up because after that I just realized that wow, there's a lot of people who feel the same way I do, because when I read the comments, they're like, oh my god, you're my best friend, I want to hang out with you. So it was definitely a great response, and it made me want to make more of these videos because people started really enjoying what I do, and that's all that's one of the things that matters to me. Like, I want to do it for myself, but at the same time, I also want other people to enjoy it as well.
So I watched that video, the one with the Transformer, and I just... the question I have is, was that really the first time you were watching that trailer, or did you watch it ahead of time and then kind of decide how you were going to play it up for the actor? Is that like you watching it for the first time?
That's actually a really good question. A lot of people ask me that question because they think, how can a guy possibly be acting like that? That's ridiculous. Why would anyone get so nuts over a trailer? That was a genuine reaction, and a lot of people, well, some people were kind of challenging me on that. But I think one of the main reasons why they're challenging me is because, or at least commenting about it, was because before the reaction there was like 3 minutes of just me talking about like just dialogue from me, where I was talking about, oh boy, I can't wait. Oh, I'm gonna get a shower. I'm gonna like get into wear my Transformers pajamas, and it's gonna be awesome, right? So I think that kind of made it feel like it wasn't genuine. But if I had recorded my 2007 reaction to the full theatrical trailer of the original movie, you would see that was genuine. Because what had happened is that back in 2007, I think it was May, they played the trailer at exactly like 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And my mom was just getting ready for work, right? Or I think it was 7 o'clock or 8 a.m., but she was getting ready for work. She was still in the house. I played the trailer. As soon as I heard the transforming sound, that sound, right?
Yeah. That
wasn't very good. But in the trailer, I screamed out, "Holy beep!" My mom was like, "What the hell? What happened?" So yes, it was genuine. I wish I recorded it. But that's how I act when I see these things. I'm just a big nerd. Like, some people will never understand it, but there are other people out there that knows exactly how I feel.
I understand it. You're watching, especially movies that are based off of cartoons and shows that I grew up watching.
Yes.
It's just when the Transformer, and then finding out that Optimus Prime was the same voice as the Optimus Prime from the show that I remember growing up, watching. I was just like, oh, this is awesome. They got the same guy. It's amazing,
They actually announced Peter Cullen being the voice of Optimus Prime back in, I think 2004, 2005 or something like that. And this was before, Facebook was popular, but I kept on spreading it virally. Even before social media, I was spreading it through forwarding it to email forwarding to all my friends and on my MSN status. Peter Cullen is Optimus Prime. There is a God. And they don't care, right? But I just was so excited I did it anyways.
That's awesome.
Well, before we get too deep into your video stuff,
Yeah.
we want to make it clear to the audience this is not what you do all the time. What is it that you do for a living?
I run a company called Ragin Ronin Productions, which I started almost 2.5 years ago. Basically, it's a video production company. I shoot weddings. I do event coverage for anytime an event or organization needs someone to film. I shoot music videos for local artists, local musicians. What else do I do? Oh yeah, I'm trying to get into social media marketing for companies. For example, if you're a small business and you want to get your company out on YouTube, I would think of campaigns for that company to get into, so that they can really put their company out on YouTube. So that's really what I do. It's mainly video production. I only recently started getting into weddings this year, just because it's some good money. But all this love for video started off when my best friend introduced me to his home movie that he made over the weekend when I was a teenager, and it was a home kung fu movie. And, and when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, you guys gotta let me get in on this next weekend. I'm making home movies with you guys next weekend. And from that moment on, I did it almost every other weekend, and I invited more friends to make kung fu movies, and we'd make gangster movies. And one time I got in trouble in high school because it was a project about insurance, and not about insurance, about business education, like BE, business ed. So I made a video about insurance, and I said, this is why you should buy insurance. And then it's like 10 minutes worth of fighting. Like kung fu fighting and home defense. And then I got in trouble for that, so they confiscated the video. But anyways, that's my love for videos. And because of that, I just decided, why don't I just make videos for a living? And then while I'm at it, in my free time, make videos about movies. And that's what I'm doing now.
The name Ragin Ronin, where does that come from?
You know what?
Or are you allowed to say it on air? No.
Oh, no, I can totally tell you guys. I was originally going to save that for a video that I was going to make, because a lot of people ask me that. It's a frequently asked question, but you know what? I'm gonna answer that. I always liked the word rage, the word rage, like outrageous, and I guess that's the only version of it, rage and outrageous. I always liked that word. And back in 2005 or 2006, I posted my very first rap webcam video on YouTube, but I needed a name for myself. So I started rapping on YouTube, okay, like this freestyle rap on webcam. So I needed to create a name, and I wanted to call myself Urban Rage. So, oh God, if you look me up on YouTube, type in Urban Rage. Oh, they're so embarrassing. Anyways, I called myself Urban Rage, right? And then I actually opened up an action figure business, like a online store, and I needed a name for it. And I've always been fascinated with samurai culture, so I decided to call it Urban Samurai Hobbies. So that's that. So now it's evolving. Okay, now the name went from Urban Rage to Urban Samurai Hobbies. Then later I sold the company just because I was just tired of dealing with customers. and then I was thinking about, if I were to make a video production company, I love samurai culture, so why don't I just drop the urban but keep the rage? So I got Ragin, and a Ronin is actually a samurai without a master. So that's where I got Ragin Ronin Productions. So that's how it evolved from Urban Rage all the way to Ragin Ronin Productions.
Very cool.
Did you know what a Ronin was before I explained it to you?
I knew it had something to do with that culture. I didn't know. I didn't know specifically what it.
Yeah, neither did I
meant,
actually.
But I knew it had something to do with the Japanese. Not Jap.
He's lying.
Japanese culture.
Yes, Japanese.
Don't believe him.
All it is a samurai, and the samurai's master, he got either killed or like he died in some way, and he's a mercenary now. He works on his own. He's independent. That's what a Ronin is.
Okay.
Well, we're going to head to break, and when we come back, we're going to have more with Alex. Hey everybody, we're here at Penn Cinema to find out what everyone's been talking about. Excuse me, why do you choose Penn Cinema?
I like the seats. They're really comfy. They're a lot nicer than most other places. This is my house.
Oh, this place is great. I mean, it's popcorn. Got some, we got a slushy machine over there. We got 3 clocks. 3 clocks for the Lidditz, the Lancaster, and the F at a time, just in case, you don't know what time it is in your area. That's why I love this place. They think about everybody, very friendly.
Has a nicer environment.
It's clean and comfortable.
It feels independent. It doesn't feel like part of a system. Like, it feels like, as big as it is and as polished as it is, that it feels independent,
Bigger screen, better quality.
So it's really close. It's very clean. We come here all the time.
What do you like about Penn Cinema?
The seats are my favorite thing. Very comfortable. On the rump.
3D IMAX, the whole shebang.
It has a down-home feel, and we love the atmosphere that Penn has created. He really tries to take into account what people want in a theater.
It's really clean, and the seats are really comfy.
Yeah, I like the seats. It's the best movie theater to come to.
Well, you've heard what they have to say. Now come see for yourself. Check out Penn Cinema for first-class movies in a first-rate theater. Located at 541 Airport Road in Lidditz, PA.
And we're back with Alex Yu. So, Alex, in the YouTube videos, with the Transformers seems to be your main focus. Why Transformers?
I think that really happened because I started making the movie reviews last year at around just when the summer movie season started beginning, and that was right when Transformers was in production. Like they haven't started filming yet, but they were in the pre-production phase where they were just hiring the actors and all that stuff. So it started right at that time when I started my Iron Man 2 review. So I figured, if I'm going to review these movies, why don't I also just make a movie type of, an Entertainment Tonight type of show, like an Access Hollywood, but it's only going to be focused on like the more like geekier movies, like superheroes and like Star Trek and things like that, right? But the more I talked about the Transformers news, the more it evolved into something that felt like, for the audience, they felt this is the #1 go-to place for the news. Like, they would write comments like, "Oh man, great video! Like, I always go to you. I always watch your videos for news. I'm always clicking clicking refresh. Well, not refresh. Okay, that's I don't post videos that often, but I'm always checking every day on my subscription box if you posted a new video." And when I saw comments like that, I was just thinking, okay, I think I'm onto something. Maybe I should do more of these videos, because it seems like what the audience wants. Because you'll notice that if you watch my my YouTube channel, you will see that there's a bit of a pattern. The Transformers videos, they get a lot of views, but my movie reviews, they usually get under 1,000. And that compared to my Transformers toy hunt videos, the ones where I'm searching for toys, it's significantly, almost astronomically different. Like, I'm still trying to figure out why my first toy hunt video for Transformers, where I'm going around in a Walmart, has 100,000 views. I don't get that compared to like another video where I have nothing to where I'm talking about no Transformers at all. I'm talking about like Thor and Captain America. It's only got like 1,200 views, and I'm just trying to figure that out. But apparently, people want to see more of that type of reality show type of feel, where I'm holding the camera, I'm in an actual real environment, nothing is staged, and they just want to see me grab that toy and go, "Oh my god, I got the leader class like Waspinator." Not that one exists, but yeah, if one exists, that'd be like 1 million views. But yeah, I think that's why I'm focusing more on Transformers, because I've really tapped into that niche market. And but I will still always stay true to my movie buff, like the movie buff inside me, and I'll always do movie reviews. So I don't care if it's got like 600 views or less. I will always do that, because that's what my roots are, movie reviews and just being a movie buff. So you will always see that from me. So if they stop making Transformers movies, I'm still going to stick to my roots.
You mentioned toy hunting, and I enjoy watching those videos myself. But there's an interesting kind of progression. I feel like as your fans became more excited about Transformers, you yourself became more excited about Transformers, especially with the toys, because when it started off, you were like, I'm not going to buy any toys. Like, I sold all my Transformers toys. Like, I'm done. And then you went on your first hunt, and from there, it's like continuing to get them.
Oh, boy. Yeah, speaking of, like, evolving. So I sold all my toys, which was a massive, massive collection. I'm sure I put a lot into it. Because I really, really wanted to start up a video production company, and video production equipment is really expensive. Like I'm using a 27-inch Mac. It's like the size of like a small TV, right? And but it's great for video editing. But we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and so I had to let all my toys go. And I just felt that I can't keep one toy. If I keep one toy, it'll be two toys, and then it'll be three toys, and it'll just be like just the ones I like. But where's the limit, right? So I decided to sell them all. Fast forward to now, this year in 2011, where I said I'm not going to buy any toys. I'm just going to talk about the movies, just because I'm a movie buff. I'm a Michael Bay fan, and I don't really care about the toys. And then I decided to go on that just toy hunt day, but it wasn't really a toy hunt because I wasn't really buying anything. I just wanted to take a look at the toys, right? So I decided to film it, but all these comments were saying, "Oh man, I can't believe you didn't pick this toy up. Can't believe you didn't pick up Bumblebee." And so after the movie, I watched it, and I really enjoyed the screen time of the Dreads and the Wreckers. Then I decided I'm only gonna buy the Dreads and the Wreckers, just those guys, okay? But then one thing led to another, and next thing you know, I have masterpieces. I have
so it's
leader classes and hard to find stuff. I'm buying stuff on eBay. Oh God!
So it's like crack. You start it and you just have to have more and more.
Exactly. It's what they call a plastic crack addiction. Like we all know this term, and I sold all my IKEA display cases. The ones that are perfect for figures. Those ones.
Yeah.
I had 4 of those, all filled, all gone. Now I gotta buy it back. Yeah, thankfully they're cheap, but that's what happens. So that's how that happened. I mean, I'm actually still happy with the way things are going because, I mean, this is like stuff like this. Like the viewers can't see this. Like stuff like this makes me happy. Even though I will open it, but like what I'm doing right now is that I'm just looking at the box and I just go like this, and this kind of things gives me satisfaction, right? And a lot of people won't understand it. Like girlfriends won't understand it, but but like I don't understand why they need to buy like 30 pairs of shoes, right? So it goes both ways.
I got to give a shout out to my mom because I sent some of the videos of you shopping for toys, and she was like, "You are so like that," like especially like the hiding thing. Like when I was younger with like X-Men and stuff, we didn't have enough money to buy it, and she'd be like, "Well, I'll hide it, and maybe we can come back when we have money or something and get it." And so we totally like lived through that. And she's just like, "Oh my gosh!" She used to call them dolly men. She's like, "Oh, boys and their dolly men."
Don't call them dolls.
I know, that's what I said. They're not dolls.
Action figures.
Speaking of hiding things, like when you mentioned hiding things, it just felt like I had to just talk about this thing where toy collectors, we have little quirks, right? And a lot of people don't really talk about this stuff, but when I make these videos, like my vlogging videos, I like to talk about stuff that's like real, right? And a lot of people don't really mention the things they do because maybe they're embarrassed about it, but like it's true, we do hide things, and sometimes we pick up the toys, look at it, and then we just put it in the back, and then we're not going to buy it, but for some reason the collector in us doesn't want another person to have it. I don't know if you felt that before, but I know I'm not the only one. And it's just a weird little thing that we do. And another thing is that when I used to run the store, I had to deal with husbands and boyfriends who had to hide their purchases from their girlfriends and wives. So I always thought that was a really odd thing, but now I understand. But this is real. This is real life, right? So it's just really interesting when you look at it from this perspective.
So, Alex, you have a whole series of videos where you go to collectors' houses to talk to them about their collection and look at their collections. How'd you get started on that? On the hook up with these people that you started meeting with them?
The collector's series actually slowed down a bit just because I haven't really been putting a lot of time into that. But I do enjoy doing that. And the way I got started into that was that I've always known these collector friends. Like, I've met these people before, and some of them are strangers. But I've always wanted to bring this to the world without showing these collectors in a kind of overly like nerdy, loserish like type of light. I want to put a positive spin on it, right? Because I think the general public thinks of nerds as, people who stay in their houses and play computer all day and eat a lot of things with like caffeine and sugar and and just watch movies all day, living in a parent's basement. Well, okay, fine, that's what we do, but we're still pretty cool people, all right? But I think that we're all people, and these are things we enjoy, and I want to put these people and myself in a positive light and show people that it might seem like a massive collection and it looks like a toy museum, but this is what makes us happy, right? And I think that's the most important thing about being a collector, and this is one of the main reasons why I want to put it on YouTube, because there is that perception where people think that, like what I mentioned before, that we just stay at home and we're just a bunch of people who play video games all day or something like that. But it's so much more. It's something that gives us happiness and satisfaction. And I believe everybody's a nerd. Okay, everybody deep down inside is a nerd, because like I might be a Transformers nerd, but my friend who doesn't collect Transformers, he's a car nerd. Okay? Mm-hmm. He loves cars and everything about them. I know nothing about cars. I should. I'm a guy. But I know the difference between, like, the Japanese, the Takara Devastator and the Hasbro Devastator. And, that in itself is, like, knowledge that can be powerful when you're talking to another Transformers collector who doesn't know that. So that's why I decided to start up that series, and it's still going. A lot of viewers think that I stopped doing that. I want to clear things up, and it's still going. I just need to find those people, and people who are willing to show their collection and who are not camera shy. So that's the most important thing.
I think one of the things I found really interesting from, I believe it was the first one you did, is the guy was like an accountant, and he had everything like laid out with how much he spent and all that stuff. But he had this huge collection, and then at the end, I forget what the number was, but he gave like how much he spent, and it was not nearly as much as you would have thought. And yeah. he broke it down to like some small amount per year or something.
Yep, that's right. When you really put things in perspective, it might seem like a lot of money, because collectors, we like to buy things in like a whole bunch of stuff at one time, or we just like to we have these phases. We just bunch them up bunch up our purchases all in like 1 month or something like that. Then we'll slow down. But if you put things in perspective and spread it out for a year, it's actually not a lot of money. So I think that having a hobby like this isn't an expensive hobby when you really look at it from another perspective. And if you keep your receipts, it's kind of good to really see how you're spending. So I think that was an interesting aspect that he's shown. It's actually a first for me to see something like that. That was pretty interesting, like kind of hardcore, if you ask me.
I think you said it best earlier when you said everybody's a nerd. At some point, they know something about, some topic that they're really into, and everybody thinks that when somebody else is buying something that they're not interested in, and they think, well, that's a waste of money. Why are you spending all your money on that? Well, it's because you're not interested in that. Whereas me, music, I love music, and I purchase a lot of music, and a lot of people would look at me and say, well, why do you purchase so much music? You don't need vinyl, you don't need all that stuff. You just why are you spending all that money? And that's just because I'm interested in it, So
exactly. If they don't like the word nerd, then you can just say like enthusiast, right?
Yeah.
But the word nerd just came from all that fandom, and that's just what people say. But girls are shoe nerds or shoe enthusiasts or collectors rather. They're not going to wear all those shoes. They're just going to collect them. They just want them. So.
Well, what do your friends and family think of this lifestyle? Because I know you take your camera out with you and you're talking to it all the time. You've got some videos with your friends in it. How do they respond generally?
They actually, my parents are very supportive of it because they said that, hey, as I'll be completely honest, they say, hey, as long as it works and it makes money, that's how they feel about it, right? And actually, my dad's really not camera shy. He actually likes being on camera. I haven't really shown him, but he actually would like me to film him like cooking because he loves cooking. But the way my friends feel about it when I take my camera out, some of them are okay with it, meaning like they don't mind being filmed, but a lot of them are actually pretty camera shy. And actually yesterday I was at a party and I brought out my camera because not only do I vlog about the Ragin Ronin review, but I vlog about my personal life, right? And when I brought out my camera, a lot of people started staring and they just remained quiet, just watching me film. And that's when I said to them, oh, you guys can, you guys don't have to watch me. You just go ahead, okay? Do your thing. I'm a vlogger, right? And I'm just thinking that, guys, today we're in the year 2011. It's the YouTube generation now. Like, people do this. This is a very normal thing, all right? Maybe 1 out of 20 people will do this, or 30 people, or it'll, I don't know. But people do actually do this. I'm one of them, so really it's not a big deal. It isn't people that you just see who are famous. It's a lot of people, and I think it's a very normal thing. And a lot of people still do give me stares when I'm doing it. They're seeing a guy who's talking to a camera who's just walking around, and he's so animated because when I talk, I'm like, so guys, how's it going? I mean, you feeling all right today? Because I'm good. I talk like that, and they're just wondering, what the hell? Who the hell is this guy talking to? The way I see it is that my audience is inside my camera. I have little people inside my camera, and by having that mentality, I can act that way because I'm a very outspoken individual, and it really helps because I see a lot of vloggers out there and they're really monotone. They're not really comfortable with it. So they're like, hello, I'm here talking about Transformers. And, I find that's not as interesting. But eventually I get used to it, and I get used to the people around me, and they don't bother me at all. And you just got to keep on doing it. I just say, if you want to start vlogging, just go ahead and do it. Get comfortable with the camera and just be yourself. And that's the best advice I can give you. Don't worry about everybody else. If they think you're weird, then that means they're normal. And normal is not interesting.
So what's next for Alex Yu and the Ragin Ronin review?
Oh, boy. Some big plans for 2012. 2012 is going to be an incredible year. I hate creating expectations for myself, but I think that I really have to do this just because I want to set a goal. And I don't really know what that goal is specifically, but it's really to just make the Ragin Nation bigger. What the Ragin Nation really is just a small group of fans. We're 2,500 strong right now. That's my YouTube subscribers, and it also includes my Facebook followers. And the Ragin Nation is getting bigger, and it's not just about increasing the number of followers. The number one thing that I want to do is fan interaction, and that's the big thing that's the big plan that I have for the Ragin Ronin review. I want to start making videos where I interact with my fans in almost every single video. I'm going to start making videos where I'm going to utilize social media to the fullest. I'm gonna get like people to tweet me their questions, and I'll answer them on camera. We're gonna do blog TV webcasts more often. And do you know what blog TV is?
I do. Do you?
I do not. No.
Okay, I'll explain that to you. Blog TV is basically where viewers can watch me on webcam, and they can type things to me, and I can respond to them live.
Okay.
So basically, I could put on a live show. Okay, live show just sounds wrong, but I could put on
I've seen those kind of shows before.
a live webcast,
right.
And I've been doing that for quite a few months now, and it's just so much fun to interact with the audience and really show the audience that I'm not just some guy who's just trying to gain followers. I mean, sure, I'd love to do that, but at the same time, the people that matter to me the most are the people who brought me here to where I am now. And I just want to be able to interact with them on a very personal level. I know a lot of my followers by name, and I recognize their aliases, their internet IDs. Once I see their name, once I see their internet ID, like their web name, yeah, it's called web name, then I'll call them by their first name. I'll say, "Hey, Dave, how's it going? Hey, John," things like that, because I recognize them, because I've seen them so often, and I want to do that for as many fans as I can. And I'm doing more contests, where I can give away stuff. I'm making T-shirts, and it's going to be like a whole empire that I want to build, because I think that the Ragin Nation is a wonderful thing, because we can interact with each other, not just me and the fans, but the fans can interact with each other on the level of a geek. Oh, sorry, on the level of a nerd. Okay, like a movie geek, a Transformers fan. You could talk about all these things that really get you excited, like superheroes and stuff. And you don't have to search for different forums on the internet where they're just niche market things, like here's a superhero forum, here's a Transformers forum, or here's a forum about G.I. Joe. The Ragin Nation is all those things in one. And I think it's really fun, because even though I'm not talking with them like for a long period of time, maybe I'm editing so I can't interact with them, they're already talking amongst themselves. And once I log back onto Facebook, I see there's so much activity going on. So that kind of thing just makes me happy, because I brought this community together, and I just want to make it stronger. I want to make it bigger, and I want to be more interactive. And eventually, I want to get some people to help me out. I can't do this all by myself, because there's so many big plans I have for the Ragin Nation, and it's just going to take up a lot of my time. But I'm going to do my best to make it the best thing ever for all these movie fans and Transformers fans. One of the big things for next year is I want to do a lot more traveling. I'm already going to SavCon, which is a Savannah, Georgia's first Transformers convention, and I'm really excited about that. And when that phone call or email came to me, it just blew my mind, and it kind of opened my eyes, thinking that people actually care about what I have to say on the internet, that they want to bring me over there to speak. So because of that, I want to meet more of my fans in person. So I'm planning a road trip along the west coast of the States, and I'm really doing that just because, first of all, I love traveling, and second, while I'm traveling, I might as well meet the people that brought me here, and that is the fans of the Ragin Nation, the Ragin Nation, and that's really important to me. I'm planning to have some things to give out to them if I get a chance to meet them in person. And of course, I get to ride on the Transformers ride when it opens in April at Universal Studios. So I'd love to do that. I'd love to ride I'd love to be able to ride on the Transformers ride with my fans, and that'll be just a wonderful experience. I know a lot of my fans are really young, like we're talking about like kids, like 12 and 13 years old, and I think that what I do is, as I bring inspiration and happiness to all these kids, and it makes me remember what I felt like when I was a kid. So I see myself as a bit of a positive role model. So I'm very, very careful in what I say, and I'm very I make sure I just bring kind of inspiration and motivation to these kids who need direction in their lives or want some direction in their lives. Because I always preach that if you really want something, go get it, right? Go out and find a way to get there. And one of the things that one of these kids said to me is that one day I want to meet you, Alex, and I want to be able to make that dream come true. Even though in my opinion I'm just a regular guy who loves movies, if this kid wants to meet me because of something that I did and it really inspired him, I want to make that happen. So that's how I feel about all that.
Well, Alex, thanks for being on the show with us. If someone wanted to contact you or find out more information about you, what's your website, or how can they do that?
My website is actually under construction. There's a website coming soon called www.theraginnation.com. It's coming soon next year. And also, you can reach me on Twitter at Ragin Ronin Pro, or at the Facebook page, The Ragin Nation, or you can subscribe to me on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Ragin Ronin Review. And finally, you can reach me by email at raginroninreview@gmail.com.
Great. Well, thanks once again, Alex.
Thank you.
We hope you've been enjoying the Lancast.
This episode was produced by myself, David Moulton, with show notes by Keith and Lauren Slesser.
All pertinent links to this episode can be found in the show notes at thelancast.com.
If you specifically liked this episode, we ask that you consider making a donation.
Every little bit helps. Even $1 a show can keep us going.
If you'd like to help support us, you can do so by going to thelancast.com/donate.
And don't forget to subscribe in iTunes and tell a friend about the show.
So, for the Lancast, I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Keith Slesser.
Asking, are you in the cast?